With this, the server is online. Now all I have to do is to join the lobby and the game should start. Aha! Let's go! It's done! Hi! Sometime back, I had uploaded 2 videos. One was of a fighting game I had worked on in a week that got decently popular. The second one documented how I made a small multiplayer game with a dedicated server. However, in both of these cases, I had to leave some loose threads.
I had also thought of adding enemy AI to simulate PvE, but the time crunch got in my way, so shifted the game to be a PvP rather than a PvE, or in other words, a 2-player local multiplayer.
Remote hosting is expensive, man, and I'm dirt poor.
So, in this video, let us try to tie up these threads, shall we? Outpunched, that is, my previous fighting game, was a local multiplayer. Meaning you had to have 2 people sharing the same keyboard in order to play the game, which was not the best gaming experience if you ask me. Don't believe me? Try making 2 omelets from the same pan and tell me how it goes. Although I was able to earn $2 out of it, so that's a plus. The next logical conclusion was to add enemy AI into the game, but yeah, no. So if you can't do local multiplayer nor enemy AI, why not make it an online multiplayer, but this time on the cloud. Okay, stop. There is no need to beautify this. We have a lot of ground to cover first. Namely, how the hell are we going to design our game? Our game client has 2 main functions, create a lobby and join a lobby. Technically a third one as well, but we'll get to it later. When the client sends a request to the server to create a lobby, the server then creates a new GUID, slices that GUID to be 6 characters in length to serve as a lobby name. I will get to why we have done this, just bear with me for a second. We then save this GUID as a new key in the lobby's hash map and send the lobby name back to the client. The client then instantiates the player into a new scene that will represent this lobby. On the other hand, when the client wants to join a lobby, they have to type in this lobby name. Hence the reason it was small. There is no way I would write this monstrosity of a string every single time, even if you were to put me at a gunpoint. We then send this request, that is this lobby name, to the server for verification. On the server side, we check whether this lobby name is present as a key in our lobby's hash map or not, as well as check if this lobby is full, that is whether it already has 2 players. This boolean result is then shared back to client. If it is a green light, then the client instantiates the player into a new scene that will represent this lobby. Great, now we have 2 scenes that are world apart, literally, seemingly in the same lobby. Now, how do we connect them? This is where the third functionality of our client kicks in, that is Websockets. Whenever the client instantiates a player into a new lobby, it starts a WebSocket connection with the server, sharing to it all of the relevant players' data along with the lobby name every frame. The server then checks within its hash map that whether for this lobby, this WebSocket connection is present in the WebSocket list mapped to this lobby name. If it is not, added and relay this layer data to all of the other WebSocket connection present in this list, which in our case is only one another. This way, both the clients can get the state of each other's players on their machines. Upon receiving the remote player state, your game client would create a new character body 2D and sync its state with the received one. The state being the position, the current animation, the health, and whether this remote player is dead or not. Once, when any one of the player dies or disconnects, the WebSocket connection between the client and the server is terminated. The server then deletes the entry of this WebSocket from the mapped list, relays this information to the other client, which declares itself as the winner of this game and closes the connection to the server. The server then removes this key from its hash map. Perfect. Now, where do we host this server? Following one AI 13x's comment, I decided to completely ignore their very helpful advice and decided to go and do my own thing. After selling my leftover soul to Microsoft, I decided to go with Azure. Of course, on the free tier, I set up a web server, connect my ID with my Azure account and hit publish. With this, the server is online. Now all I have to do is to join the lobby and the game should start. Aha! Let's go! It's done! Hope you like this devlog. It took me 2 weeks to make this, and if you did, why don't you check out my other devlogs right here that were mentioned in the video. They are pretty interesting as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, bye bye.